Another thing we got to try out at PAX was the Stadia, and this was my first time hands-on with the Stadia. Tefty,
Yep,
I know you
same.
got a chance to play it. Watts, did you walk over to the Stadia booth and give that a shot?
I did not.
Did not.
Yeah.
Did you get to see it in action?
No.
No. Okay.
The screens they had there were pretty small, right? So you couldn't actually see unless you stepped
The screens
up to
they had were weird. They had like cell phone size screens that you could play on. They had iPad size screens that you could play on, and then they had big mamma jamma 27-inch 4K screens, but they're really shitty 4K screens. And I know they were shitty 4K screens because I actually have the exact model that they had on the show floor. I have one of those at home, so I know how shitty it is. I use it as like kind of a backup, like, you know, if I need to throw a monitor on something. But it's like this really kind of inexpensive.
It's your Honda Civic
Samsung 4K. Yeah, totally. It's like my winter beater. So, but I gotta say, Stadia to me was more impressive than I thought it was going to be. Obviously, this was on the show floor. This was, you know, who knows where the server was, who knows what was actually happening there. But we played Doom Eternal, and I was kind of blown away by how instantaneous the control felt.
Yeah.
Like, it was, you know, it was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Tefty, you said you didn't like the video quality, though.
Well, I could tell that it was compressed. And being somebody who's used to seeing uncompressed GPU generated images in Destiny is gorgeous coming off of a PC GPU.
Really is.
Yeah, and you can tell the difference when you go from like PlayStation to PC. There's a color depth that you're getting.
There is a color depth difference.
Yeah, there's a color like richness that comes through, and that was clearly not there on the Stadia version. How big of a difference, or I mean, how important that is? Like, if I didn't have a PC to be able to know that was missing, I'd be like, okay, cool, yeah, this is great. The input latency was next to non-existent. Like, it felt
really good. And Doom Eternal is like a fast-paced action first-person shooter.
Yeah,
so that you'd feel it if it was there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I feel like maybe I'd feel it on mouse and keyboard, but with the fact,
maybe you would more than on a controller,
yeah,
for sure.
Maybe, you know, that's a big maybe on that. There was a couple times where there was like a network hiccup where my character or the screen just like did a quick few frame jumps. So there was that.
Interesting.
Yeah, so like you could encounter stuff like that. I heard people saying they had some crashes as well. I didn't experience a crash.
No, I mean,
yeah, but yeah, like you could tell that you're watching a compressed video if you're aware of those things. But aside from that, I walked away being pretty impressed because it felt good.
The Stadia technology to me is totally going to be my second screen gaming experience. Like, my plan for this thing is, you know, not to replace a PC or a PlayStation, but it's kind of like, in addition to my PC being my main gaming platform, throw one of these things in my living room on a 4K display where I sit back with my feet up on the coffee table, and I could play a little bit of Destiny. And I got to say that plan is working out really well. If it works as well as it did at PAX, when I get it at home, I am super excited for that, because 4K Destiny, or even 60 FPS Destiny, with cross save,
that's hooked up to like a controller and a thumbstick.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I'm sold. Yeah. The rest of the Stadia, though, I'm much more like, the pricing model is too fucked up. It's just a bad pricing model, right? It's like, when I'm staring at, so their pricing model is, you're gonna pay for the service, a monthly fee for the service, and you're gonna get some stuff for free along with paying for that service. Destiny 2 is included in that, but there's also going to be games that you just have to outright purchase for, you know, full retail price, like $60. So for instance, Doom Eternal would be one of those. And I can't see myself buying a game on that service.
As a rental? Permanent rental?
Yeah. Like, I just don't see it. Like, and especially when I've got services like Origin Access or Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass, that, you know, I'm playing Gears of War 5 today, you know, included with the price of that service, which is really affordable.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's $10 a month for, I forget how much I pay for that, actually, the Ultimate. Does anybody know the price of Game Pass
it's
Ultimate?
Like 15, isn't it? Something like that.
It's like $15 a month, but it includes Xbox Live, Game Pass for Xbox, and Game Pass for PC.
Yeah.
Which is a really good deal because you get all of that for $50.
Yeah.
And when they release Gears 5, it just drops day one and you have it. Also, Gears 4 is on there. Also, Mutant Year Zero. I'm just looking through my Metro Exodus, Sea of Thieves.
Actually, the base Monster Hunter World is on there. So if anyone is, seeing people playing Iceborne, they're like, let me go just try Monster Hunter and see what I think about it.
Yeah, if you already have Game Pass, why not? I mean, you're probably going to walk away addicted and mad. So, sorry.
Creature in the Well, which was a game that we actually saw while we were walking through the indie booth. It's that one that was kind of like it was an action game / pinball game. Do you remember walking by that one?
Yes.
That's out on Game Pass right now. And like with those, like with Game Pass right now, I'm like, wow, I get all this for $15 a month. And Google's over here saying, well, it's $15 a month plus you got to buy each game. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, well, no, the thing is, if you bought the game, you don't have to have the service anymore. You don't have to pay $15 a month if you bought the game.
Okay.
So I believe somebody had a correction on this when we were talking about Stadia last time. And if you
confusing.
Yeah, if you do outright buy the title, you technically have access. But here's the issue with these things. What if Stadia is not successful and in 3 or 4 years they're like, well, it was fun, we're closing up shop. You don't own those titles.
Yeah.
And like that.
Yeah.
That purchase.
That's true with every online service, though.
No, totally, yeah. It's just I don't feel like PlayStation is going to go away. In 3 years.
Yeah. Game Pass could totally go away.
Totally.
I feel like Microsoft is just as bad as Google is with these services, as they'll just axe them when they're not profitable.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, that's the only part that scares me. But I love the fact that you can, hook your controller up to, you can basically play Destiny 2 on your phone. You can basically play Destiny 2 on your iPad. It doesn't matter where you are, what you're doing, as long as you have a good internet connection. You can be playing games on Stadia, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's the perfect casual gameplay setup.
Yeah, I'm not going to be in the Crucible doing this. I'm not going to be, day one raiding with this. But when I want to farm some materials, or if I want to just kind of chill out in the living room, Stadia seems like the way to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pretty cool. Sure.
We also get to play Doom Eternal. And I got to say, Doom 2016 is like one of my favorite games of all time. So I was actually pretty psyched to play Doom Eternal.
Yes.
And it's good. It's everything I want it to be. It's more Doom.
Now imagine a review coming out. I kind of wish they would have innovated more on Doom instead of doing the same thing that they did.
Yeah, they did though. I mean, there's like this on your shotgun, on your super shotgun, there's this like claw thing that you can shoot out and like tether yourself to an enemy, and it like brings you in closer. So it becomes like a navigational feature of like moving around in the level now, which is actually pretty fun. Like the biggest problem with that demo, this was on Stadia. The biggest problem with that demo is the fucking tutorial was like forever. Like I felt like we had like 10 minutes to play this game, and the tutorial took 8 minutes.
I wonder if that was just for PAX though, because then there's a lot of people who probably played it that were clueless as to what the game was.
Yeah, I bet you're right. But once you actually got it out there and started shooting monsters, man, I was like, oh yes, this feels so good. I can't wait till this game comes out.
Yep. Yeah, that whole scene where you're like walking through the base and they're like, who's this guy? Oh, it's the Doomslayer. It's just so like, whoo, badass coming through. Yeah, really cool.
Yeah, I was really excited to play that. Like that was half the excitement of playing on the Stadia, was that not only did I get to play on Stadia, I get to play Doom Eternal for the first time.
Yeah, it played great. Loved it. I can't wait to play the game.